Places, right tree, right spot. We all love sitting underneath a extensive, huge canopy tree here at Pollywog Park, perhaps watching the bands play during the summertime. And we want to keep in mind that perhaps that huge, beautiful canopy is not the right tree for our backyard. Keep in mind, large, extensive canopy equals large, extensive root system to compensate, to structurally keep that tree standing, to do all the nutrient uptake for that as well. So, a little 4x4 planting pit is not an ideal location for a ficus or an oak or a sycamore or any of the trees like that. Typically here in the South Bay, we have smaller lots, so we like to plant a lot of location appropriate trees that are going to give us what we're asking. So I say that typically, for instance, my house, we have Arbutus marina. It grows about 15-20 feet. City Redondo Beach, they put some up there. Another favorite of ours is the crepe myrtle, where Arbutus marina, the strawberry tree.
I've had ficus in making pots for 30 years, and I even did the awful thing of cutting them back so they have new green leaves, and hey, they all came back.
Yeah, ficus, boy, they are resilient, aren't they? They will actually blow through your pot and actually root into the ground and keep on going, and a lot of times you wouldn't even know it. Oh, that's a good tip there. Yeah, ficus, they're great, and I would love to have one. I just can't where I live. Perry Park and Redondo Beach, they have this ficus religiosa. I mean, the thing has a 150-foot spread on it, huge gnarly roots coming out the side. It's just a work of art. I love driving by it and looking at it, but I would never put one in my backyard simply because we know what it's going to do. A cute, cuddly, gorilla, they're nice when they're babies, but guess what? They're going to grow up to be a 300-pound monster living in your house. So just keep that in mind.
You mentioned that for the Arbutus or whatever. What was the other one you said?
What did I say? Perhaps it was a crepe myrtle. Good morning.
Crepe myrtle.
Crepe myrtle. That's one of my favorites. Previously, we would have problems here in the South Bay with mildew. But the varieties they're putting out now, they're the Native American varieties, the different tribes. That's how they distinguish them. But they're highly resistant to mildew. So they come in purple, pink, white, trying to think of other colors. Purple, pink, white. I think that might be it. Oh, bright red, dark red. So I've been meaning to plant one in my front yard. I haven't quite gotten around to it, but it's coming. I keep telling my wife, I'm going to get it for you, don't worry. But yeah, so keep in mind, right tree, right spot. What are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve perhaps a screen between us and our neighbor. Perhaps the podocarpus would be appropriate there. Podocarpus, it's a screening plant. A Italian buckthorn, Rhamnus John Edwards, might be appropriate. Are we looking to attract birds and butterflies? Arbutus marina, it's fantastic for that. It has a pink flower on it, red cinnamon twisted dark bark on it, trunk on it. So we want to keep in mind, what are we trying to promote when we plant that tree? I had mentioned we're going to talk about irrigation, the way it is right now with water. We're all in this together, we're all part of the drought. So we got to ask ourselves, I was reading an article the other day on it, printed out part of it, but basically what we're all trying to achieve is we're trying to reduce the amount of water that we're putting out without having negative effects on our landscape, in particular our trees. Now I said landscape because grass is part of our landscape, right? We all like having a lawn. Perhaps when we were kids we had lawn, we may have pets now, we may still have a lawn. Currently there's a native lawn that's coming out that has been out for a couple years now, where it is using